When you're in Time magazine's 100 wealthiest and most influential people in the world list, and also ranked 10th on the Forbes list of the world's most powerful people, you're kind of a big deal, right? Mark Zuckerberg is certainly a big deal after creating Facebook in 2003. Since 2006, anyone who's older than 13 has been able to join Facebook. And according to Facebook, the average daily active users in June 2019 was 1.59 billion people. Of course, with great success comes great controversy. And Mark Zuckerberg has had his fair share, with scandals including numerous litigation cases against the company, privacy breaches involving the handling of user data. This was heavily scrutinised during the Cambridge Analytica data scandal. Facebook's also become a playground for scammers and phishing activities. And just a little message to all of you people on Messenger who decide to send something onto your entire friends list. In future, could you Google it first to check to see if it's legitimate or not? That'd be great, thanks. Facebook's also provided a platform for hate speech, incitement of terrorism, crimes and violent incidents streamed live on the platform. There's also a lot of debates as to whether or not social media is good or bad for our health. Facebook is so popular, it's even got its own day now. Quit Facebook Day was held for the first time this year on the 31st of May. That's Fastbook for you. My name's Tori Hodgman and welcome to the Smooth Criminal Podcast. For those of you who are new to this podcast, the theme music is pretty bad, and I'm not sure if that was better or worse than the first episode. Also, if you're new here at Smooth Criminal, we look at the dumbest criminals on the planet, and the theme this week is, of course, Facebook. Let's skip over to the United Kingdom to a lovely little township called Skipton. Now, sometimes there's so much evidence stacked against you, there's really no point even trying to deny the allegations being made against you. And that's exactly what happened to Benjamin Robinson and Daniel Hutchinson. Now, these two twits went to great efforts to disguise themselves when they decided to steal money from poker machines, or I think in the UK they were called gambling fruit machines. They actually put on masks and stole the money. And then they decided to post selfies with the money they had stolen on their Facebook pages. The police actually pulled them over in June 2014, and because they were acting a little bit strange, the fine gentleman from the North Yorkshire Police decided to raid the car, and they found £3,000 in cash. It wasn't too hard for them to link the cash to the crime when they had a quick look at the Facebook profiles, and there the cops found stupid selfies of them with the money they'd stolen. And not surprisingly, that stupid pair was sent to prison. Hold on to your hats, United States of America. It's your turn now. Now, our first smooth criminal is Trevor Jones, who was busy burglaring a house when he decided to log on to Facebook on the homeowner's computer. Kind of a stupid thing to do, but then some people are glued to their social media 24/7. But here's where Trevor fucked up royally. He forgot to log out. Actually, Trevor's stupidity didn't stop there either. Apparently there was a noise, it startled him, so he fled the house, and rather than taking his car, which he had left in the driveway of the home he had burgled with his keys still in the ignition, Trevor decided instead to try and hide in a nearby pond. I'll give you a moment to process that. He tried to hide in a pond. Once again, and not surprisingly, Trevor was later found and arrested, and he was easily identified by his car that he'd left in the driveway, and of course from his logging into Facebook on their computer. Not the brightest banana in the bunch. But Trevor is not alone. Let's head over to Martinsburg, West Virginia, when a woman arrived home and realised her house had been burgled and 2 diamond rings were missing. Now, fortunately for this poor woman, the missing rings weren't the only thing she noticed. She had a look at her Facebook page on her computer, and lo and behold, it was logged in under someone else's name. Not long after her discovery, 19-year-old Jonathan Parker was easily tracked down and the diamond rings were returned. Oh, wait a minute, Colombia. You're not getting off lightly either. Before robbing an internet cafe, 2 men in Western Colombia decided to waste time mucking around on the internet. Their undoing? Yep, you guessed it. They forgot to log out of Facebook, so tracking the men down was very easy. Just letting the garbage truck go up the road so I can keep recording. Yeah. Honestly, there were so many stories about idiot criminals exposing themselves and their crimes on Facebook that I could have done several episodes. In fact, I've actually got episode 2 written already, but I'll save that for another time. But it has been pretty hard to decide which stories to cover, but I think this guy deserves an honourable mention. Now, usually when committing crimes, people are a little discreet and they don't target cops in particular because the likelihood of getting caught's pretty high. Someone probably should have told Michael Baker from Jenkins, Kentucky, because this 20-year-old really did go above and beyond for smooth criminal status. Baker ended up in prison after posting a photo of himself siphoning petrol from a police car. You heard it. He was siphoning petrol from a police car. Now, where did he post that photo? On his Facebook page, of course. Now, not only was he siphoning petrol, he's also seen in the photo flipping the bird, giving the finger, which, the cops are already going to be a bit unimpressed about the petrol being stolen, but to add a bit of tood to the photo. Now, Jenkins, Kentucky is a small town of only 2,000 residents. So when the photo circulated, it didn't take long to track down Baker, who was charged with theft. Sadly, he only spent a night in jail, but at least in that short period of incarceration, he didn't have access to Facebook. However, when he was released, he did post on Facebook that he'd been jailed because of Facebook. No, you idiot. You were jailed for siphoning petrol out of a cop car. Michael, your parents must be so proud. And finally, this last dude truly takes the cake. We're heading over to Florida this time, where a man was wanted in connection with a pretty serious crime, actually. It was an assault that had taken place on the Labor Day weekend in 2016. So how did Mac Yearwood get caught? He used the wanted poster as his profile pic. He used the wanted poster for his arrest as his profile pic. Apparently on Facebook, a friend had commented under a nice mugshot, to which Mac Yearwood replied, "Thanks, buddy." But another friend who is a little more switched on wrote, "Holy shit, ding dong. Are you planning on getting this shit squared away? I'd like to see you again at least before they find you." Oh yes, what are friends for? Look, even that comment didn't alert Yearwood to his own stupidity, and the photo stayed up on his profile. So the police in Stuart, Florida were able to track Yearwood to his brother's house, again using his Facebook page. Writing on the Stuart Police Department Facebook page, Corporal Brian Bossio noted, "Facebook's a great way to communicate and connect with old friends and family. But if you're wanted by the police, it's probably not a good idea to use the Wanted of the Week poster of yourself as your profile pic." And this story's got another smooth criminal twist as well. This is what we call in the smooth criminal studios a double banger. While the police were arresting Mac Yearwood, a bag of weed fell out of his pocket, and according to police, he politely asked them not to bust him for possession. Dude, you probably should lay off the weed in future and maybe stay off Facebook too. And that brings us to the end of episode 2 of Smooth Criminal. Please do all the things you have to do to help the Smooth Criminal podcast grow. You can join the Smooth Criminal Facebook page, follow Smooth Criminal on Twitter, or follow Smooth Criminal Podcast on the YouTubes. You'll also find the podcast at our website on www.pippa.io, or you can email us with suggestions for future shows at smoothcriminalchannel@gmail.com. All points of contact are in the show notes. If you have enjoyed the podcast, please let your friends know and share the links in the description. It'll really help the Smooth Criminal podcast grow, and it'll really make me happy. So that's it for another week. And remember, don't get hit by, don't get struck by a smooth criminal. See you next time.